Welcome into Butchie's Den, and we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Levering, join us. Thanks for the time, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. I don't agree with any of those things that you just called me, but let's do this. Let's go.
Okay, so
Come on.
but you are. You're all over the
Yeah.
place. You're doing college
Yeah.
football, you're doing college basketball. Obviously, spring training's right around the corner. Let's talk a little baseball first, then I want to pick your brain on some basketball stuff because you've seen it. But you've seen a lot of teams. Your last team, I think you had Nebraska and
hmm
Northwestern. Is that who you had?
Yeah, that was my last one on Saturday. Yep.
All right, so you're done with college basketball now. It's a wrap.
Not totally a wrap. I'm doing the Big Ten tournament, which is nice. I got the Big Ten tournament game days 3 and day 4. I'll have the morning sessions.
Okay.
So not a total wrap, but for the regular season, I am wrapped. Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to change my thought process. We're going to talk a little college basketball first before we talk about spring
Okay.
training. You've seen a
All right.
lot of it. You've been around a lot of it. What's been the biggest, your biggest takeaway from the college basketball season so far? Obviously, there's a month still with a lot of jockeying going on before the Big Ten tournament comes. We've seen a great week for the Wisconsin Badgers knock
Mhm.
off 2 top 10 teams. But what's been your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is that the depth of the Big Ten tournament is, I think it's as good as I've seen in a long time. And I know Oregon's struggling. I mean, they didn't have Biddle or Shellstad for a long time. Penn State is young, but they can still give anybody a run for their money. They took Michigan down to the wire. The bottom of the league is not as bad as the records would indicate. That's kind of where I am. And even Northwestern, again, a young team can't put 40 minutes together consistently, but they're going to grind you out. They're going to grind you out for 30, 35. Um, I've been so impressed with Nebraska all season long. I've had them a couple times. I had them when they beat Wisconsin. You were there for that one in Lincoln. Very impressive. I just think that they're a really good team. Do they have what it takes to beat the likes of a Michigan or a Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament? Probably not, or even Illinois. I think that those are the 3 teams that are the best in the league: Illinois, Michigan, Michigan State. Then Purdue is right behind them. Um, but I haven't seen anybody as good as I've seen Michigan State play as well as anybody. I've seen Michigan play as well as anybody. I think those are the 2 teams that and Illinois is going to give a lot of trouble to people too.
So you say that, but your top 3 teams have all lost to Wisconsin.
You're right. They have. You're right.
They've all lost.
Wisconsin has
They've all,
Wisconsin
like,
has the best signature wins of anybody in the country.
yeah, I
Right.
agree. It's crazy.
The thing is that Wisconsin's going to kick themselves for losses again. Well, Indiana was kind of taken away from them. I'm going to give them a pass there, but the USC loss is one that they're going to go, oh, come on, we should have had that, and they should have.
Yeah, and I think for seeding, Jeff, the Villanova loss is going to hurt too.
Yeah.
Just seeding of the NCAA tournament because you've
Yeah.
seen a lot of it, a lot of the Big East. You've seen Marquette. You've had a lot of games of
Mhm.
them. I've had a lot of games of them. What's your thought on where Marquette's going? I personally think, Jeff, they're in good hands. I think Shock has realized, okay, I got to tap the portal. I'm going to go in there next year. I
Yeah.
was, I thought the way that we could do it might work. But the Big East in general this year really is down too. And I
Yeah,
don't
big
like
time.
saying it because when the Big East is good, college basketball is great.
I agree with you. I think that the Big East is it's very top heavy. I mean, UConn's really good. St. John's is good, and then it's kind of meh from there.
Yeah.
Providence can give you a run for their money. I think Georgetown can play well at times. Butler can play well at times. Seton Hall can play well at times. I think Villanova's probably the number 3 team in the league. But it's just kind of in the middle, right? I just don't love it, and I think you're right about Marquette too. I think Shaka maybe overvalued some of the guys that he had on his roster and said, okay, yeah, they're going to go from playing 5 minutes a game to 25 minutes, and that's just not feasible. It's not a feasible way to run a program. I understand where he is going with it. I love the messaging that he has with guys that are coming into the program as well and trying to retain players within his program. If he can keep Parham, if he can keep Nigel James, I think they're going to be just fine going into next year. But they have to get into the portal. If they don't go into the portal, I mean, if they don't, it is a gross you can't do that. You can't. You have to get in there and you have to go get guys.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he will. I think he knows it. I think with the conversations that, I don't know what you've had with the conversations I've had with Shaka, even earlier, goes, yeah, we're going to evaluate everything. I'm not saying we're not going to evaluate it. Like, obviously, I
There,
believe my guys. I want to trust in my guys. I want to see growth and development because that's what this
yeah,
game will be about. But also, he knows what needs to happen too, and I think
yeah,
that's a sign of a good coach. Marquette's in good hands. Wisconsin in
yeah,
good hands. Like the state is good.
yeah.
I want to go. Let's transition here a little bit. Obviously, we'll talk more. Now that I know you're doing the Big Ten tournament, we're going to have you back on here and break down that a little bit later at some
Can't
point.
wait.
But it's going to be a great tournament. Like, I can't wait for the Big Ten tournament. I can't wait for this month to finish, to be honest, because there are going to be elite games throughout.
Yeah.
But you're going to be watching them from sunny Arizona. When do you head out to spring training?
I head out on Wednesday. So at the time we're recording this, which is on Monday, I'll be gone in 2 days, which is crazy to think about. Our first game is on Saturday, the 21st. On the radio, me and Lane will have it for you on the radio against the Cleveland Guardians, the two reigning managers of the year. Such a big storyline going into spring training. But no, I'm fired up for it. I can't wait to get down to Arizona and just watch some baseball and hear the crack of the bat and the gloves popping and see PFPs and stuff. I mean, I love that part of it. Now, when you're asking me maybe on March 18th if I'm done calling spring training games, I will be. I'll be ready to start the regular season at that point. Um, and then we'll be right around the corner when that happens.
How when you talk about spring training, and obviously we'll talk about the moves and stuff that the Brewers have done, and Major League Baseball in general, and what if this is good for baseball. Those are stories that happen all the time. The Brewers are going to make
Mhm.
trades. You're going to have the stories about what MLB is, but I want to touch a little bit more of the spring training side of it because a lot of fans come down there, take it in. What makes the spring training so fun for you guys? Obviously, it's the ramp up for the players. Every
Yeah.
player needs it. They come in and tell me if I'm wrong with this, but they come in with an agenda of what they're trying to achieve and what they're trying to accomplish to get their body right, mind right, so that when opening day is there, they're ready to go. Well, like, what does that all entail for you? And then what does it entail for the players as far as what they're trying to achieve? Because every day isn't a heavy workload day. It's more
Right.
of a, hey, this is the agenda for the day, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's all mapped out. It's all mapped out body wise and what these guys are trying to get to for opening day. And then once you get to opening day, it's maintaining for the season. Everybody who steps into camp for the first day is as good as they're going to feel all year. All year. It doesn't matter. That's as good as they're going to feel. And it's all downhill from there. So, how do you maintain your health for the course of the season? That's what spring training is about. For pitchers, it's working their workload. How many pitches per outing are you getting? If you're a bullpen guy, having not necessarily a clean inning, but getting the pitches you need. If you're a starting pitcher, the up downs, going out there pitching and then sitting down and then going back out. So you're trying to get to 4 or 5 up downs before the regular season starts, get that pitch count ramped up. For the hitters, I think that they could have 2 weeks worth of spring training and be fine. 2 weeks of games. Um, right now, I think there's 28 games scheduled for the Brewers, not counting split squads because they separate the teams. But I think that they could play, especially the everyday guys, they could play 10 games, 7 innings a day, and they'd be fine, ready to go. So I think it's all about just the ramp up. It's what do these players need? And you'll even see sometimes that these starters that are going out there in their first spring training games, you probably won't see Yelich until March 1st would be my guess, So you go a whole 10 days without seeing him in a Cactus League game, but he might go up there in his first at bat. He doesn't even swing the bat. He's just tracking pitches. So those are the things that those guys kind of need to do and get the feeling right. There aren't a lot of jobs to be won this year for the Brewers. Third base is kind of a question mark
Yeah.
at this point. Um, so that's what they're working on. Coaching staff just trying to get to know players and get to know what's best for them. And for the Brewers, it's a good thing that a lot of their guys are back. And for me, it's just getting to know the players the best I can. Right? It's not like I'm going in there and I'm
So
trying
you're
to
out
ramp
there
up
for
my
a month to get
voice
to know
and
people?
pretty much and call the
What,
games,
no,
right?
no, no,
And
what the
entertain
hell are
people.
you doing out there for a month? I've always wondered this. Like, oh, we're heading out to spring training. I'm like, Lev, you're going out there for a month
I
to get to
know.
know people. I mean, what? So what do you do? I mean, is it one of those though? Seriously, where you're like, all right, you're gonna get to know the people, but it's that camaraderie that you build with the group that you're around. Obviously, you and Lane have done it
Yeah.
a long time. Is it
Yeah.
more of those of just, hey, this is the start and this is just what it becomes? I mean, is that
Yeah.
kind of, I mean, because again, a month is a long time.
A month is a long time, and I think that this is a big spring training, and not just on the radio side, but the Brewers are doing the Brewers TV thing now, and we're going to have our whole production crew out there, and we're going to see what it looks like through MLB.TV, and so that for those 4 TV games, I think it is important for us to go out there and do those games. And the first one will be me, Rock, and Sophia, and then it's me, Vinny, Rock, and Sophia. BA is going to do a game this year. He hasn't done a spring training game in like 6 years, so it'll be great to see him out there. And then the last, and that's with Dillard and Rock and BA and Soph, and then I'll do the last one with Rock and Soph. But it's important. I think it's important for us and for the fans to figure out how to find the Brewers first and
I was
foremost, how to find them, how to get all the subscription stuff ready to go, get that locked in, and then you hit the ground running on opening day.
So does that scare you as and what you do is the media side of it, is how to find you guys, what the subscription looks like? Because there's a lot of, I don't want to say lies, I'll go misconceptions as far as what needs to happen with this. Obviously it's a change. I love the state of Wisconsin. I do. Change is not always easy for everybody in the state of Wisconsin. And I'm
No.
looking at my dad per se, who's, you tell him, hey, dad, you got to do it this way. He goes, what are you talking about? Huh?
Right.
I got to do this, this, and this. So let's break it down very simple. Like, what's the
Yeah.
easiest way to watch Brewer baseball this year? And on the other side of it, how does it impact you and what you do? But let's start with the first part of what's the easiest way to watch Brewer baseball.
Oh, I'm going to start with the second one because it doesn't affect me
Okay.
whatsoever. I'm still going to call the game the way that I'm going to call it. It's going to look cool. We're still going to be wearing. We're going to wear Brewers stuff every day, which is awesome. It's going to be a little bit more casual. I'll have quarter zips on more. So okay, cool. That's a really easy answer. The second one's pretty easy too. Just go to MLB.com and sign up for MLB.TV, right? That's the easiest way to do it. If you still have cable, there will be channels where games will be available, right? So we just kind of stand by. That has not been announced yet what channels the Brewers are going to be on. I still believe that there will be some local TV that's going to be out there. Last year, Fox 6 did some games. I know the Bucks have had games on 58. So there will be some games over the air at some point during the regular season too. But the easiest way and the best part about being on the MLB TV app through Brewers TV is that there are no blackouts. In our region, there are no more blackouts, which is great. You can turn that thing on wherever you are and get the Brewers. And for 100 extra bucks, you can get every game in Major League Baseball and you could watch them till you're blue in the face if you want to. So for Chuck up in Rhinelander, go to MLB.TV and sign up for a year subscription. It's $100. You get every Brewers game and you can watch it on your TV through a smart TV. You can watch it on your phone or an iPad or whatever. It's pretty easy to find once you navigate it.
Is there a coupon code I could get for that by chance? Or you know what I
I'm
mean?
sure. I'm sure I can. I think I did explain that pretty well, right? I
That
feel
was
like
great.
there should be a promo code Jeff or something like that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean, I'm just trying to get $25 off maybe or something. That's all. I mean, if you don't
Yeah,
ask, you don't know about it. I mean, but
that's right.
it's just it's this is where the media is going though. You see it, I see it on what I do. Like the
Yeah.
streaming was always a part of it. It's about having the rights, it's about having control. I know you might not know a lot about this because it's probably down the line a year or two, but Brewers TV means that there's access for other things to be on Brewers TV down the road. Doesn't that mean that there's possibilities for other type of broadcasting situations if they're able to connect? And because I think there's a possibility. The reason I bring that up, Jeff, is I think there's a possibility to expand that and have it become, even though it's Brewers TV, Wisconsin TV, where it's just
Yeah.
Wisconsin-based stuff. And, whether it's a Timber Rattlers game that now you can broadcast on it, whether there's pulling in some of that, because the Timber Rattlers, and obviously this is where I live, but they've had so many great players come through and people have wondered, well, how do I watch that? Or how do I get to it? Or the only way is to kind of really get to a game. Yes, there's some local broadcasting up in the Fox Valley for it, but I know
Yeah.
Brewers fans, especially with the way the Brewers are built, with
Yeah.
their youth development, that there's so much value in those sorts of opportunities, I believe, at least.
Yeah, you can create your own channel, but that's kind of what MLB TV is at the moment, which
Okay.
is very similar to MLB.TV. You could watch any minor league game. that you want. And all of these ballparks, and they pipe in the radio broadcast to go with the TV broadcast, and all these ballparks in the minor leagues are all retrofitted with all these cameras, not just for the video board, but because all these major league teams want to see how their players are doing.
Yeah.
All these big league teams can look down at the minor leagues every single night and watch whatever game they want to. And that's what's going over MLB.TV. But you're right about, hey, listen, if you're
Common
Brewers
fans not
TV,
gonna tune into that. You know what I mean?
no,
Like
no,
they're not going to flip through a channel and say, "Oh, I'm going to do that." Like, oh, and it's
no,
probably another
that's the
subscription. Somebody else
parents.
isn't paying for it. Like, I mean,
Right. That's the parents. That's grandma and
yeah,
grandpa. Those are the spouses that can't get to games for sure. Believe me,
correct.
I was broadcasting to a lot of them for 8 years when I was in the minor
Yeah,
leagues.
yeah,
So you're right, though, is that you can create so much more with your own product, right? You could have a totally secondary channel and just run old Brewers games all day long if you wanted to.
correct. Which,
You could do like a simulcast and just have a scout cast if you wanted to. You can build out a studio and do 30-minute program shows. You can do whatever you want
but that also means more revenue if it's done correctly, right?
if
A
you
revenue
sell it, right?
opportunity. If you sell, and
Right.
obviously that's if you sell it. Like there might be a reason that I don't have a radio, that we're not on the radio, right? Like obviously the
Yeah.
sales have to fit with the content. Like that's just the reality of where the media is. I mean, that's
Yeah,
why,
for sure. Yeah, for
like,
sure. And I think the other part of that too is that with this MLB.TV and Major League Baseball trying to bring everything in house, the incentive is on the team to sell it. You can make it
yeah,
whatever you want to make it. The dollars, right? Because everybody's talking about the dollars that you're losing from these cable subscriptions and from the RSNs. Okay, it's not dollar for dollar what you make, right? It's not okay, you're guaranteed $60 million this year from the cable network. Major League Baseball is giving you, I don't know what the number is, 20,
yeah,
$25 million, but you have the opportunity and the incentive to build it to whatever you want it to.
yeah.
So it really puts the onus on the team more than anything else.
Yeah, which is nerdy talk, obviously for us because we're in the industry a little bit. But like when you understand the industry, you realize that's what it is. That's why the
Yeah.
sponsors are so important to what it is because it goes to
Right.
your bottom line of what you're trying to do. And
Right.
to me, I've really enjoyed that side of the business, even though I don't like.
Yeah.
I've
You
seen,
have
I've
to.
seen
You
behind
have
it,
to.
but you have to. Like, there's a reason that there's relationships that it's based and those sorts of things. I
Right.
want to touch base real quick on the trades the Brewers made because you talked about why everyone's there a month. To me, the reason the Brewers are good is not, yes, players have been good. It's the culture.
Yeah.
And I worry about the trades. And I don't think a lot of people have brought this up. Like, obviously, you get rid of Caleb Durbin, you get rid of, Siegler, you get rid of Montessara, you get rid of Freddie Peralta. Those are all guys that know what the culture is. You bring in new guys, and you have, if you're the Brewers, they've done the intel, they understand, they think they've hit, but sometimes you don't. And that's what scares me with the revamp yet again, because you're hoping these guys can buy into the culture. I think that's why Murph is so good at what he does, because he does
Right.
get these guys to understand this is the way we do it in Milwaukee. You better buy in or you're not going to be a part of what we're doing. We'll figure out something. And we saw that play out a little bit last year
Yeah.
with the trade that got Vaughn, part of it. But how does that make you feel as obviously a broadcaster, Brewer fan, knowing that, like this is the way it is, and just until baseball fixes it, it's gonna be this way. And like, to me, I'm nervous. I think it stinks, but I'm also excited because of like the Brewers have just proven that they can make it and turn these guys into what Brewers should be.
Yeah, I think that the core Yelich, Woodruff are still there, right? I think those are the and Freddie. I mean, Freddie was a massive part of that. The part that
That's what
a lot
scares
of
me.
people aren't talking about is Freddie's leadership in that clubhouse, especially for the last 2 years when Woody was out and injured and he's not able to be the guy that you want him to be because he's hurt. Freddie was that guy. I talked to Chad Patrick at an event up in Green Bay earlier this year, and he said, it was the day that Freddie got traded. It was the day he got traded. He goes, "Oh my, I just he taught me so much about how to prepare for a game, and I'm going to miss that." Those are the little things that you'll miss with Freddie. I get the economic side of it. I understand why they needed to trade him when they needed to trade him. And I think the Brewers did well in the return. I think Jet Williams is going to be great, and I think the Sproat kid's going to be really good too. But the human side of it and the leadership side of it is going to sting. I'm going to miss giving him a big bro hug every single day. That was one of our favorite things to do. I'm going to miss that. But I understand why they did it. The culture that the Brewers have created all starts with Murph, right? And everybody's aligned. I was talking to somebody the other day at Nebraska. I was talking to one of their assistant coaches, and he goes, "When I look at the Brewers, I see total alignment. Everybody is in a straight line. You are in a silo in Milwaukee, where ownership, front office, manager, players, support staff, everybody is in the same tube. Where in a lot of different places you're scattered about, your owner's doing this, your front office is doing this, but your manager wants to do this, and then your players are over here."
Don't tell the secret to success, Jeff. Don't tell it, because the more teams that don't get that don't understand it. I mean, that's
You
when you're
still
going
have to have the
downfall.
right people. You still have to have the right people. And that's the Brewers have been in alignment for a decade now. That's what it is, right? And Murph creates such a great clubhouse, and he goes, "Fine, if you don't want to do it, then get out.
Yeah.
Here's your bag, here's your meal money. Deuces. See you later." So you have to buy in. You have to buy in. And I think that's the key to what the Brewers have done and why they've been successful is because they like playing for each other. They like playing for one another.
The last thing I got, Brewer question before I get you into a little we've started this on Butchie's Den, the tiers. We're going to do the tiers of baseball stadium food. You get to rank them, I'll rank them, and we'll make
Sick.
sure. Yes, I know. So it's
Good.
real quick here. But what should the expectations be for the Brewers this year?
I throw expectations out the window. Last year they said the Brewers were going to be
No,
two
you can't
games
do
under
that.
500.
You can't do that. No. What are the what should the expectations be?
The expectation should be that the Brewers are going to compete for a division championship
That
again.
is
Like,
okay.
let's
Perfect.
go.
Okay. Yes. Thank
I
you.
mean, seriously, they're going to figure it out. They're running it back with basically the same guys. Plus, they loaded up with more arms. Like, what gives you the thought that they're not going to be as good? Plus, hopefully you're gonna have a healthy Jackson Churio for a season. Remember, he missed a month, and the Brewers, oh by the way, won 14 games when he was out. They won 14 games in a row when he was out. So I think that the Brewers have a really good opportunity to be really good another season. You're getting a year more of Bryce Terrain. You're getting a year more of Sal Frelick. Joey Ortiz, I swear to God, he's going to come up to the plate with the bases loaded at some point, and he's going to come through again.
Yep.
Like it's gonna happen. So
Exactly.
I still think that the Brewers are going to be really good this year.
Yeah, no, I think that's what the expectations should be. I think that's what they've
Yeah.
created. The expectations for the Green Bay Packers, we all know what that is. The expectations for the Milwaukee Brewers, we know what that is. The expectations for the
Totally.
Bucks, like we think we know what that is. This year's a little off, and then obviously Wisconsin basketball, we know what it is, and we're trying to get Wisconsin football to be back to where those expectations. Like we're just spoiled
Yeah.
in general, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right,
Yeah.
before I let you go, because I know you got to get, you're a busy guy. We're going to get into a little bit of the best ballpark food here as far as tiers. So you'll pick one, I'll pick one. We've got everything from the waffle fry, the soft pretzel, the popcorn, the licorice. We've got nachos. We've got cotton candy, Cracker Jacks, peanuts. We've got beer, burgers, brats, and hot dogs.
Okay.
All right, so I'll let you go for now. This is how the tier system goes because the kids start with S, which is supreme.
Supreme.
The best. Supreme, okay? And then A, B, C, and D. So I'll
Okay.
let you be the first one to pick. And you get one challenge, okay? So if we don't agree with one, you get one challenge.
So I'm picking my favorite right now.
Your favorite right now. You can pick any of them, but your favorite. Start with your favorite. Yeah, start with your favorite.
I got to go to a ball game. I mean, I wish I could pick two because they kind of go together. But if I'm going to a ball game and I am sitting in a ballpark, I have to have peanuts. I
Okay.
have to have peanuts and eat peanuts. So that is a supreme for me. I would love to throw a beer on there as well because they go so well together. But I'm just going to throw the peanuts in there first for sustenance.
All right, I'll leave. You know what? Throw the beer up there. That's all right. We'll throw it up there. I'll give you the first two. That's fine because it does go.
Okay.
For me, I'm going to go with a nice little soft pretzel. Now I've been hooked on the soft pretzel with Ben's Pretzels at the Kohl Center. Like I've got a little bit of a hookup. So now every game I get soft pretzels delivered. So
okay. I stole one last time I had a game at the Kohl Center. It was really good.
Oh, it's fantastic. So now I'm a little pretzel snob. Like I am. They're not nearly as good, but I do need to go soft pretzel. There's for sure.
Okay. I will go nachos next. Nachos
Okay.
as an A,
As an
right?
A.
That's where we're
Okay.
going. Yeah,
Okay.
nachos
Yeah.
as an A.
You know what? I'm gonna switch it up and just pick whatever one you want. I'm going with the licorice super rope here. That's a
Okay.
D. Like, I don't need that. There's not a part of me that needs to have a licorice rope.
Okay. I see. I would throw a D on cotton candy. I need
Okay.
none of it. I don't
I
need it.
fear. I feel. Here's one S a supreme for me here though is a brat. Like
Yeah.
like I walk into a ballpark and I need a brat. Like a nice.
Concur.
I don't give me the hot dog. Don't give me the hamburger. It's a brat first and foremost.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you there. I could throw popcorn in an A.
Absolutely. I'm so far.
Milwaukee.
There's no challenges here.
Yeah,
So
The Brewers have elite popcorn. They've got the old wagon, right, that they do on the Loge level. There's like an
well,
old
okay.
stagecoach
All right.
wagon that
All right.
is elite
Are you
popcorn.
worried about that going up in flames? Like Oklahoma basketball had their
Mm.
popcorn stand go up in flames this weekend. No, you think they're good? You think they clean that enough?
I think the Brewers do a really good job with their concessions. They're going to be just fine.
Okay. All right. As long as it doesn't go up in flames, we're good.
Well, Oklahoma basketball is kind of up in flames too, so it's kind of a harbinger of things to come.
You said it, but not me, but yes. I'm gonna put ice cream as far as D goes. I don't need ice
Yeah,
cream at a ball game. Like
yeah,
I don't get this. And what I don't like about it is it forces my kids to want to get ice cream at a ballpark. That
yeah,
is corrupt marketing by every Major League Baseball team out there because they put the ice cream in this gosh darn baseball helmet, and the kids walk by and say, "Daddy, I want ice cream." Kids, you're at a baseball game. Ice cream
yeah.
is not needed. There's not a part of you that needs ice cream at a baseball game. But the Brewers and everybody else, even the Tim Rattlers, let's put it in a nice baseball helmet. Let's do that for the kids. This sucks. And I hate that you're trying to take my money, Brewers and Tim Rattlers and every other baseball organization out there.
That's a pretty good soapbox.
Well,
But
and they're
when
not cheap.
I know, but when you went to Baskin Robbins when you were a kid and they had the Major League Baseball helmets, you bet your rear end that you were over there at Baskin Robbins getting
Yes,
all the collectible helmets, weren't
you're
you?
not wrong. You're not wrong.
Right.
Pete was buying helmets for me. You're right. I
Right.
know.
But now we got to go to the bathroom and clean it out and we got to carry this thing for the rest of the night. I get it. I totally
That's
get
why
it.
it's a D. Like, get it
I
out of
get
here.
it. I get it. I get it. I used to eat the chocolate malts when they gave you
Wood spoon?
the wooden spoon and then you get splinters on your tongue. It's like, come on, man. Give me that. That toughened me up.
Yes.
Toughened me up.
Exactly.
I'm gonna throw a C on waffle fries. I don't.
I
Yeah, I
yeah.
like our trend here. We got the salty in the S's and the A's, and the sweets are down in the bottom.
Well, I'm gonna throw Cracker Jacks in B. Like that's very meh. Like I would
Yeah,
if
it's
they're in
average.
front of me in B, like I'll have it, but like I'm not gonna like purposely buy it. But like if somebody sneaks some in, well, am I gonna probably have it? Sure.
Yeah, yeah. The prices have gone way downhill, and I think I still have some Cracker Jack in my back molar from like 1994. So
Yep.
that's highly possible.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw a hot dog on an A, because I mean, if you're not gonna have a brat, you're gonna have a hot dog. So I'm
Yep.
in on that.
All right. And last one, I'll go burger. I'm C. Like
Yeah,
I mean, worst comes to worst.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It doesn't scream ballpark food to me.
No, not at all. Not at all. So, all right, that wraps up our best ballpark food tiers here. That wraps up Butchie's Den, Jeff. Thanks so much for joining us. Safe travels out to spring training. We'll do this again. I really appreciate you. You know that you're a great friend. I appreciate everything you've done for me and my family through everything. But Brewer baseball right around the corner. Excited for it, and I'll see you at the Big Ten tournament.
Can't wait, buddy. Appreciate you. Best of the family, pal.
All right, thanks, sir.